Welcome to the Department of Energy and Public Works e-learning package, which supports the commencement of the Building Regulation 2021. This session complements the advice provided in the building and plumbing industry news flashes. You will see the web address on the screen for the content in this presentation. This session will provide an overview of the use of Form 62. Notice that a stage of work does not comply by an appointed competent person. There are other topics online related to the building regulation, and the links are in the same location as where you found the link to this one. Before I begin talking about Form 62, I want to provide a bit of background on the remake of the Building Regulation 2021. The Building Regulation 2006 expired on 31 August 2021 and has been remade through the Building Regulation 2021, which commenced on 1 September 2021. No policy changes were included in the remade regulation, but there were changes to section numbers and the forms were updated for ease of use. There have also been a couple of minor editorial changes to correct wording which was identified during the consultation process. In relation to the forms made under the building regulation, the numbering of the forms did not change, but all of the forms were updated to reflect the changes in the remade regulation. An appendix was also included on each form to provide clarification on its use. 4 new forms were introduced to clarify the process, including Form 12, Aspect Inspection Certificate, Appointed Competent Person, Form 30, QBCC Licensee Aspect Certificate for Accepted Development Self-Assessable, Form 43, Aspect Certificate QBCC Licensee, and Form 62, Notice that a stage of work does not comply, Appointed Competent Person. Form 15, Compliance Certificate for Building Design or Specification, was revised for consistency with the Building Regulation 2021, but otherwise was not changed. Form 16, Inspection Certificate, was also revised to clarify responsibilities. This session will focus on Form 62, the notice issued by an appointed competent person that a stage of work does not comply. Form 62 is a new form, and it is used to clarify existing processes. It is completed by an appointed competent person when deciding that the stage of work inspected does not comply. Under the Building Regulation 2006, an applicant could not appeal the decision to issue a non-compliance notice where the notice was issued by a competent person. The process under the Building Regulation 2021 is that where an appointed competent person issues a non-compliance notice, the certifier must then follow up and issue their own certificate. The certifier can override the appointed competent person's assessment and issue a Form 16 if the certifier believes the work is compliant, or if non-compliant, the building certifier can issue a Form 61. If the certifier issues a Form 61, this decision can be appealed by the applicant. For example, if an engineer inspecting a frame stage of work finds the frame is non-compliant, the engineer, as an appointed competent person, must issue a Form 62 to the builder and certifier. The certifier must then inspect or assess the decision and either issue a Form 61 non-compliance notice or a Form 16 inspection certificate. The certifier's decision to issue a Form 61 can then be appealed by the applicant to the Development Tribunal, should they want to appeal the decision. I hope this short overview has provided some clarity regarding the use of Form 62. Notice that the stage of work does not comply and how it is to be used by the appointed competent person. If you have any questions or comments, please send them into buildingpolicy@epw.qld.gov.au. Your query will be registered and a response prepared. Thank you for your attention.